spoiler warning. Okay, we've done your spoiler warning. You have been warned, and there's nothing I can do about it now. If you've decided to go this far, you're going to go with us the rest of the way.
I see him turning the lightsaber to strike true. And now, foolish child, he ignites it and kills his true enemy.
I did not like it. Yes, Rian Johnson seemed to be a huge fan of Star Wars, but to me, Rian Johnson was a fan of just all the things that I dislike the most about Star Wars.
Seriously, man, some of y'all need some of this. Y'all need to learn how to be present, man. Especially the people freaking out about this movie, man. Like, go back and watch the movie for all the Zen Taoist stuff and chill, man. Like, for real.
I don't like sand.
But my biggest problem now is that I actually think this is the end of the Star Wars universe. I think that this is actually where, I think that this is the end of where Star Wars can go. Because now, all the old characters are dead.
There it is, man. I saw the movie twice. First time, I was beside myself. I was like, oh, delighted.
I cried. I was moved.
Yeah, it was everybody at the premiere after party was like, we were walking around, and every conversation I had, I'm sure it was the same way with you guys when we were, off on our different clicks, is that I'm still emotionally processing everything that happened.
Rian Johnson.
Second time I went back with Jay, enjoyed it very much, but that's when the fucking writer-director started kicking in. And that's not even writer-director, because I would never make a movie this good on any fucking level.
The film's just sloppy near the end. That's what it boils down to. It's sloppy, and it doesn't make a lot of sense what happens.
Anyway, I fucking loved The Last Jedi. And
Disney whore!
Watch the chances that he was taking and where he brought the Force and the Jedi, and the whole time I was thinking, no.
The thing is, what I'm saying is that no one should tell you and look at you and say, wait a minute, you weren't underwhelmed. You need to see it again, and then you won't be underwhelmed.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. Like, for me, like, I'm telling you, you fucks, that when I go to see the movie the first time,
don't call them fucks,
for the ones who tell me that you didn't really like it, you were forcing yourself to like it. No, ass face. I looked at the movie when I watched it a second time, and I resaw it a different way, and I liked it. You might not have felt that way. You might have felt exactly different. You might have said, I fucking hated this movie the first time, and I hated it even more the second time. And good on you for doing it. The point is that every single person in this room, behind that camera, leave each other the fuck alone when they want to have opinions on what they want to think. You can think whatever the fuck you want to think. Leave people alone. And it is not fucking wrong to be passionate about Star Wars. It's not fucking wrong to be passionate about any movie that you like. Going to Comic-Cons, going to Celebration, and you think it is, and you think, oh, well, you're too old to be doing it. Fuck you. Fuck you in the face. Because you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want and be passionate about it. Fuck you for making fun of people for being passionate about their shit. Go suck on a fucking toad fart.
Force is used in two ways in this film that we've never seen it used before, and we'll never see it used again. One, it apparently protects you from space death. So Princess Leia gets blown out into space. She's never used the Force at all that we've seen, except for one time when she used her mind to reach out to Luke's mind at the end of Empire. And now she can suddenly rescue herself from space and fly, which is a cool thing, I guess. Like, I didn't know this was a thing. Also, if that were a thing, why wouldn't the Emperor use it at the Empire at the end of Return of the Jedi? Right? Darth Vader literally takes the Emperor and throws him down a wormhole, essentially. He throws him down the shaft, the mine shaft, right? Why wouldn't, if he can float, why wouldn't he just float?
I've said this for years. Jedi should be able to fly. If they can control things around them, why shouldn't they be able to control the pressure that basically would float them upwards? If they can float a rock, they should, in some way control the plane around them to allow them to float around a little bit. And obviously they can jump extremely high, so they should be able to float a little bit longer. So I honestly really liked this idea that Leia is slightly more powerful.
A second Force thing we didn't know about is this astral projection nonsense. It's so much cooler if Luke is actually there. And there's precedent for it, right? You could actually build that in. Because in Empire, you recall, there's a point where Han Solo is invited by Lando to dine with Darth Vader, and he takes out his blaster and he shoots Darth Vader, and Darth Vader goes like this and stops the blaster. You remember this?
We would be honored if you would join us.
Looking at the binary suns, but never looking at the freaking putting the foot in front of the other foot. What does he say? Yoda says something about like the nose not being behind the knee or something like that. It's like you aren't even aware of the steps you are taking.
The biggest problem I have with this movie is, or with the fans' reaction to this movie, is that they're saying that it didn't answer questions from The Force Awakens. Yes, it did, because they're saying it didn't answer who Rey's parents are. I'm so let down it was nobody. As soon as we filmed Jedi Council after Force Awakens, we speculated who could Rey's parents be. It could be Palpatine, it could be Luke, it could be Obi-Wan, it could be nobody, and everybody was cool with all.
There's no gray. It's all the Force, right? The separation that exists between the dark and the light represents the Force. And if you say, well, the Force separates the dark and the light, but the light is the Force and the dark is the Force, and the Force separates the dark side of the Force from the light side of the Force, then it's all the Force. There's no separation. It's just the Force is in motion. There's dark things that happen, there's light things that happen, but it's all the Force.